today, His Grace Jagannath Mistra Prabhu. Please join me in welcoming Jagannath Mistra Prabhu, who is here with us. As Prabhu makes his way, I would like to take a few moments to introduce our speaker. For those of you visiting our temple regularly, Jagannath Mistra Prabhu is not a new face to us. He's been serving in the Toronto community for many years, for over a couple of decades. Some of his earlier services included organizing the summer festival of Rath Yatra, as well as a lot of festivities in the temple. Currently, he serves as the temple president at ISKCON Burlington, one of our newer centers within the GTA. He manages the weekly programs there, as well as a lot of festivities that happens in the Burlington area. And in the past, he's also headed our mentorship initiation committee, guiding a lot of younger devotees in our community in the spiritual path. Professionally, Prabhu is a doctor at Joseph Brant Hospital in Burlington. His specialty is rheumatologist, as well as cardiac cases that he deals with on a regular basis. He's also involved in a lot of clinical trials and research. And on the weekends, he serves with the temple. So we're really grateful that he's chosen to be here with us this Sunday evening. So please join me once again in giving a big round of applause to Jagannath Mistra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for being here. It's really an honor and privilege. So I want to thank the temple management, and also the governing body commission. And I'd like to seek blessings from all of you, especially senior disciples, senior devotees here. I see Rupa Prabhu in the back. He's my instructing guru. He gives me a lot of instructions, and also if I missed anyone, please forgive me. So with that, we'll start with Jai Radha. We're tight for time because we're behind by 8 minutes. So I'll see what I can do. So we'll sing this kirtan that was very pleasing to Bhaktistan Saraswati Thakur. You're familiar. You can help me by clapping and singing along. Okay, so get your hands ready and we'll clap. Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Vishvakramas Pachara, Mangreshila Bhaksanta Sanskrit Goswami Raj Vijay, Jai Vishvakramas Pachara, Sanskrit Mangreshila Bhaktanta Swami Shri Vijay, Namacharya Shri Rajasthan Vijay, Prem Shri Krishna, Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Vedanta Saraswati Gaur Vijay, Nanda Gaur Vishnu Vijay. Ascend all voices of glories, Hare Krishna, all voices of glories, Hare Krishna, all voices of glories, Hare Krishna. Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurata Mena Tasmei Shri Guru Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yana Bhutale Swaya Vipakamayam Nidadi Swapanantikam Namo Vishnupaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pujamine Nirvishesha Shrivade Pashtaka Deshatarine Vachakalpa Turavishcha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patina Pavnabhyo Krishna Radhyo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Please raise your hands in the air. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dhara Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Dr. Padarashi ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So tonight's discourse will be on this topic called Maya. So this term Maya may be confusing, perhaps for some of you. Surely for me it's confusing because the job of Maya is to bewilder us. Therefore, if you're confused by Maya, that's okay. It's like, terms like, colloquial terms like yoga, karma. If you ask someone, what does yoga mean? It means doing some exercises. Karma means you throw a ball against the ball, it comes back to you. So people have some basic understanding. Similarly, Maya, I'm sure in about 10, 20 years, people will say Maya like that in colloquial terms, especially in the West. But tonight we're going to focus what is the real meaning of Maya and whether Maya is our friend or enemy. So just think of that. Is Maya our friend or enemy? So what we'll do today is we'll talk exactly what is Maya. We'll talk about what are the different types of Maya, and we'll go into some stories in the next 25 minutes. It's a bit of a tall order, and then we'll conclude with that. So the opening verse for tonight, and I shortened it, is from the famous verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 14. Devi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Durataya Man Evaya Prapadyante Mayam Etam Karantite. Translation, and purport by Srila Prabhupada. So I've just abridged the purport. Translation is, this divine energy mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered onto me, Lord Krishna, can easily cross beyond it. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, although Maya illusion is false and temporary, the background of Maya is the Supreme Magician, the personality Godhead, who is Maheshwara, the Supreme Controller. It is to be understood that the conditioned soul is tightly tied by the ropes of illusion. A man bound by the hands and feet cannot free himself. He must be helped by a person who is unbound. Because the bound cannot help the bound, the rescuer must be liberated. Therefore, only Lord Krishna, who is bona fide representative, the spiritual master, can release the conditioned soul. Without such superior help, thank you, he can be freed from all the bondage of material nature. Devotional service of Krishna consciousness can help one gain such release. Now, here's the most important part of the purport, so please listen carefully. Krishna, being the Lord of the illusionary energy, can order this insurmountable energy to release the conditioned soul. So Krishna can tell Maya, please stay away from you. He can order that, okay? He orders the release out of his cause of mercy, number one, and also because of his paternal affection, because he's our father. Paternal affection for the living entity, who is originally a beloved son of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes so beautifully. Very poetic, more than poetic. Therefore, surrendering onto the Lord's feet of the Lord is the only means to get free from the clutches of this rigid nature, material nature, that's Maya. So in this purport, that if you want to escape from the clutches of Maya, you must sincerely pray to Krishna. Om Tat Sat, the end of the purport. So one time, when Srila Prabhupada was in the temple, a devotee noticed Prabhupada praying, saying, please release me from Maya. Now, Prabhupada, is he in Maya? Anyone think that Srila Prabhupada is in Maya? Can he be in Maya? No, absolutely not. He cannot be in Maya. But why is he praying to Maya? He said that because I pray every day to Lord Krishna to free me from Maya, keep me away from Maya, that's why I'm away from Maya. So therefore, that's an instruction for us. If you want to be away from Maya, you must pray every day to Lord Krishna and say, along with other prayers, please help me, release me from Maya. And he will help you, because that's what the purport says. Prabhupada's purport is synonymous with the words of Lord Krishna. Trust me, that is true. Even he said that. He said that I'm not writing the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Lord Krishna instructed me, just like Vyasadeva wrote it to Ganeshji. Prabhupada's purports are synonymous with the words of Lord Krishna. So therefore, they're irrefutable. Now, why do they call this class the haunted house? Because Maya haunts us at every moment, every time. We are not Maya souls. We are Jiva souls. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality God. Janati Asyayata. You know, Nityam Nityam Chetana Chetanana. There's many things in the scriptures, that we're part and parcel, Ek Amsha. We're all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. But Maya, her job is to ensure that we forget that we're part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. That's her eternal nature. That's her job, her thankless job. She has a thankless job, and therefore she's a pure devotee Lord. Because she slaps us. Unless we get a slap, then how will we get out of this material world? You understand? Unless we correct someone, how will we realize that this world is not for us? So that's her thankless job. Now, people that have been... I'll take questions later. Sorry, I'll take... Yeah, if you pardon me, I'll take questions later, if you have time. No, I can finish a shorter time, so maybe someone can please ask this kind person to... thank you. We'll take comments later if you have time. So why are we saying this is haunted? So we're haunted by Maya. Because that is not our original condition. We are haunted. Just like when you go to Niagara Falls, don't go to Niagara Falls, because there's a lot of traffic. You'll get stuck on the QEW. But when you go to Niagara Falls, one place that you go to is Clifton Hills. And in there's a haunted house called the House of Frankenstein. When you go to the House of Frankenstein, you get a surreal experience. You get people coming out of the coffin with a dagger, a skeleton coming out of the closet, someone howling, wolves howling, and it's a real surreal experience. That is, you feel as though someone is haunting you. So Maya is haunting us like that. Okay? So therefore we always have to think that Maya is haunting us. And therefore that word haunting, where does it come from? It comes from Bhakti Thakur. He says, Jeev Jago, Gora Chandra Pole, Kota Nila Jao Maya, Pishachira Pole. Maya Pishachara. Pishachara means the witch that haunts you. That's coming from Bhakti Thakur. He's in the line. And therefore, this is not a word that I concocted. It is a word that's according to the foremost acharya, one of the most foremost acharyas, Bhakti Thakur. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. So therefore he says, Maya Pishachira, that's the witch of Maya. Why are you sleeping? Gole means sleeping to the left of the witch of Maya. Why are you doing that? So, to understand any class, because sometimes people may say, well, why are you speaking like this? There was a discussion between this famous King Akbar and, Birbal. So Birbal was his main advisor. So Birbal always used to come up with riddles for Akbar and his assembly of ministers. He said that I will draw a line on the chalkboard, okay, a line, and without using an eraser, you make that line short. Okay? So all the ministers started rebuking him. He said, that's not possible. How can, without an eraser, you can make the line short? So what's the solution to that? Even Akbar was frustrated. He said, why Birbal? Why do you come up with these silly things? There's no answer to that. Then what did Birbal do? He took chalk and drew a longer line. Okay? So what does that mean? Is that when we want to get out of Maya, we have to go for a longer line. That is, we have to surrender to Supreme Krishna. When we're in Maya, we think that my iPhone, my iPad, my this, all this, and we remove God from the equation. So right now we're like, I am God, and God is small. Okay? But when that's Maya. But when we surrender to Krishna, then that I in front of G becomes very, very small. Do you follow that? And that G turns around and becomes a big G, very big G. So that big line, that Birbal grew is God, and that small line will become minuscule is us. Okay? So that's how we can surrender to Krishna God. So when you can realize the greatness of God, then we can understand our smallness. That's proportional, inversely proportional. Is that okay so far? Okay. So Maya, basically, what is the essence of Maya? If someone asks you, what is Maya? Well, you can give us some examples. Suppose your house is on fire. I'm sorry, I don't use an example, but suppose someone's house is on fire and you're inside the house. What would you naturally do? You'd run away. You would forget about anything, just like that Japan Airlines plane that landed some months ago. You know, they only had 90 seconds to leave that plane, but they all ran out very, amazingly. You should read that story. Very amazing execution of release. But if one person was behind, then that person would have died. But all people were rescued in that JL, whatever that the airlines, from that plane that landed in Tokyo airport. Within 90 seconds, they evacuated the entire airplane. Amazing, evacuation. But Maya means that if you stay behind in this house of fire, then you're Maya. Okay? I mean, you'd be foolish to leave that. So similarly, samsara, dava, anamila, loka. This force, dava anamika. Dava is force, because of Davana, demon he came in the Pandavas, the Mahabharata. And anala means fire. Samsara. So therefore, in the morning, the first thing we say, samsara, this mature world, is the forest fire. Okay? Therefore, we have to get out of this forest fire through engaging in Krishna consciousness. Is that okay so far? So samsara, this world is full of forest fires, and we'll see that unfortunately in this coming season. California, Alberta, I lived in Northern Ontario for many years. We were right in the middle of forest fire along Lake Severn. I have first-hand experience of what a forest fire is. This world is like a forest fire, and you must leave this world. Otherwise, you'll be roasted. Just like moths, when they go into a fire, they roast it thinking it's a sunflower, but they get roasted with the light at night time. So that's the meaning of Maya. Maya means that which is not what we think it is. That which is not what we think it is. Is that okay? So Maya basically is two words. Maya means not, and Ya means that. Okay, Maya. Therefore, we should not think that we're the controller. We are separate and independent of Krishna. Similarly, if I give you an ice cream, then ice cream, the inherent nature, the dharma of ice cream is that it is cold. Okay? If you said, oh, this ice cream is tasty, but why is it not hot, like a hot gulab jamun or carrot halwa? Then it'd be foolish to comment on that, because the inherent nature of ice cream is always cold. That's why it's called ice cream. Right? It's not called hot cream, it's ice cream. Maybe on another planet it's hot cream. But it's not here. Anyway, so ice cream is always cold. Therefore, in this material world, the nature of the material world is always to give you pain. But Maya means that you think that in this pain, you're going to get some pleasure. Is that okay? Therefore, you think that in this world, I am going to get some pleasure out of this pain. That is the meaning of Maya. Okay? Now, Maya can have other red flags, but the problem is that we do not recognize Maya until it's very late. That's the problem with being in Maya. One example is the burning house analogy. The second example is that of called a grass and ass. So you can remember that. It's very used for ass, but it's very appropriate. And this example is given by Srila Prabhupada. So you have a donkey or an ass, and the donkey inherently is lazy. You put a heavy load on a donkey, but he does not move. But as soon as you put a carrot or a piece of grass that's available everywhere, the donkey sees the grass, but you put the grass always 1 foot in front of the donkey, and you keep moving it always 1 foot. So donkey is looking at the grass thinking, oh, I'll have my meal, and then the donkey is carrying your load to your house. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Now, that's one example that's called a grass and ass example. The second example is called Baba Kupa. This is from the Bhagavatam. The story is from the Puranas. One time a man was walking at night time and he fell into a deep well, a kupa. Somehow, in this deep well, while going down, he caught hold of a long rope. Okay? So he's stranded halfway between the top and the bottom. Now, he said, okay, great, now I can escape. But as soon as he started climbing upward towards the end of the top of the well, what did he see? He saw a lion. Okay, well, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down and spend the night here until daybreak. So maybe the lion will go away. When he looked down, there was a python. So why don't you walk down? Koirastahani. And worse than that, then he looked a little further up. On the crevice, there were two rats. A white rat representing nighttime and a white rat representing daytime, the aspect of time, churning the time. The rats, what they're doing, they're biting at the rope and making it thinner, thinner, and thinner. So imagine this predicament of this person. Upstairs, a lion, downstairs, a python, and unke beech mein rats are going, big rats. That's what to do, Then what happened was that all of a sudden, something dripped on his face. And he looked up and there was a beehive, and it was drop by drop releasing honey. And it was going to his mouth. And then he said, I'm in heaven because I haven't eaten all day, now I got my meal. But then his attention forgot. He forgot about the lion, the python, and the rats. But that's us. That is at every moment, every step of the way, we are getting this little drop of honey, thinking we'll get the entire jar. But no, we're only getting the tiger or the python. That's another analogy of the Maya. Maya has two Shaktis. One Shakti, I won't go into the philosophy because it'll take extra time. One Shakti basically throws you in. That's called the control. She throws you. Praksheka. She throws you. And the second thing is when she throws you, then basically she covers you. Okay, she covers you like that. Avatara Atmika Shakti. She covers you, thinking that this world is your home now. So we are covered by this Maya. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita 7:25, that through my yoga Maya, I cover all of you. And therefore, my dear friends, we have to get out of this cover, and we have to throw ourselves and be full of Krishna's gravitational force by grabbing onto his lotus feet back to Golok Vrindavan Dham, or at least back to Vaikuntha Dham. So much so that Maya, we have to understand that Maya can afflict anyone, whether you're a sannyasi, whether you're a nobody. Maya bears no bar. Maya bears no bar. What is the evidence of that? One time, one of Prabhupada's disciples, he said that when someone asked him, so how are you feeling today? He says, I feel like a pure devotee. If that person said, I feel like a pure devotee, so the person asked him, oh, you're a pure devotee? He said, yeah. Don't you see all these disciples worshiping me? So what was this person now? So therefore, Maya casts no bar. The example is given. I'm sitting in the Vyasasan, but this seat of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva also demonstrated the story that Maya can come after you at any time, no matter who you are. One of the disciples of Vyasadeva was called Jagannath Muni. Jagannath Muni. He's a very exalted Muni. We'll talk about him another time. He actually wrote a description of the Sama Veda, and he was there at the time that Vishnu Deva was leaving his body. He was also there at Yudhishthira's Ashwamedha sacrifice. So many times he's mentioned Jagannath Muni, disciple of Vyasadeva. So one time Vyasadeva was dictating to Jagannath Muni. He was saying that Maya can touch anyone, including you and me. So Jagannath Muni said, that's not possible, Guru. I somehow don't agree with you. Vyasadeva said, fine. I'm going to Kashi Varanasi for 3 months, and you please look after this ashram. This ashram was a brahmachari men's only ashram. So night came, and everyone went to bed, and Jagannath Muni was in charge of the ashram. At 12 o'clock midnight, there was this loud knock on his door. Who could be at nighttime, He opened, and there was a full storm raging outside, rainstorm and thunder. There he saw this young female that was completely wet, fully clad, and all of a sudden lightning came, and he saw her face, and she was very beautiful. He saw that just for a flicker of a second. And she said that I have no refuge. Please save me from the storm. I cannot go. He said, this is impossible. This place is only for men. You must find shelter elsewhere. She said, no, I have to stay here. Otherwise, I will die in the cold, and the snakes will bite me, and tigers in this forest. He said, okay, after much pleading, he gave us a refuge in a shack just down the hall, just down the road. And then he went to sleep. But he could not separate himself from that face of that young woman. All night, his sleep was disturbed. He could not sleep. So much so that he got up. He got up, and he felt he had to go see that young woman again. This is Jagannath Muni, disciple of Vyasadeva, who wrote all the scriptures. So he went to her house, and he told her, before he gave her that hut, that, no one can knock on his door. Anyone that knocks on his door, you must not open, even as me or anyone, under any order, any circumstances. So she said, "We're knocking, I cannot open it. I don't care who you are, I was told not to open the door." What he did is he scaled her hut and went through the thatch of the roof and landed right in front of her, in the middle of the night. Muni with the young woman. So you can imagine what happened next. Fortunately, it did not happen, but he said that I have a burning desire to have union with you. She said the only way that's not possible is to get married. He said, fine. Then she said that down this road, so now she knew that down this road, a kilometer away, is the Durga temple. We can get married there. But on one condition that you must carry me on all fours. So he got down like a horse, he's winning, and he said, I will climb your back and you take me to the Durga temple, we can get married there. At that time, the storm had receded. So he carried this young woman on his back to the Durga temple, and then slowly, the daybreak came, light came. And then when he got closer to the temple, he looked up at the sun, and then all of a sudden he noticed a long beard. Then he noted that the person on his back was wearing some clothes of a mendicant. And who was that? Vyasadeva. That's Vyasadeva. So it goes to show two things. One is defy your guru, not a good thing. Second is that Maya can touch you always. She's just like a shadow. We have a shadow right here, this microphone in my body. Maya is always with you. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya hai Adhikar. Okay, that is, Yaha Krishna Tare, Maya nahi Adhikar. That is that wherever Krishna is, Maya is right behind Krishna. But Maya's job is always to separate you from Krishna. That's Maya Devi's, thankless job. We'll close with a pastime because it's short time. I might just go over a couple minutes because I was given the time to start at 6:30, but we started at 6:38. So I'll just grab a few minutes. I hope that's okay. Yes? Thank you, Prabhu. Anjana Tirtha, Prabhu is very merciful. But I'll promise to finish soon. Now, some take-home messages. One is that Satyananda Maharaj, who's an Acharya in our movement, he's a wonderful sannyasi. He says that when he was young, he used to deliver papers. So he went from house to house and threw papers. It's like in the morning we get the paper, it's outside our garage. But one time when he was throwing a paper, a rich man said, "Why are you throwing the paper outside my gate? You must come inside and give me the paper." So next time when he was in his paper route, he came inside the gate of the mansion and put the paper there. But then what happened? There was a big put-built, this big bulldog, a put-built terrier, a real fierce dog, and came running after Satyananda Maharaj. At that time he was a young boy, hardly 7, 8 years old. He got scared. What to do? What would you do? The natural tendency is run away, right? But the dog is faster than you. Okay? So that's not a good idea. If you run away, they'll run faster. The other thing was that there was a stick. Okay, you can pick up the stick and show the dog the stick, but the dog will become more angry. He will get more angry. So what is the third option? Is you call out to the master. Okay? So when Maya comes close to you, you call out to Krishna. Say, "Krishna, please protect me." Okay? And that's what he did. And the master came right away and the dog bow went away. Okay? So that's the instruction for us. That is, we have to surrender to Krishna when we are in some real difficult predicament. Don't forget Krishna, he's right here with you. That's Paramatma. Haridas Thakur was always also tested by Maya Devi. Once she was tested by, Hirabai, and this prostitute came to disturb his chanting, but he's completely surrendered. The second time, Maya Devi herself came and tested Haridas Thakur. She would stand in front of Haridas Thakur so much so that it says that a practicing sage, any sage, even to the quality of Brahma, even Brahma would be disturbed by this poses that she put in front of him. But Haridas Thakur was undisturbed because he's completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. So therefore, my dear friends, the idea is that we should try to surrender as best as possible. Just like the Jagannath, he was opening his hope. The crocodile had grabbed onto his leg and he was ready to leave his body after 1,000 celestial years. But he surrendered to the Supreme Lord. He said, "Lord, I'm hopeless. Please save me." Draupadi at Dwarka, she called for Krishna. Krishna was in Dwarka. She was in Hastinapur. She called for him and Krishna came. So we have to have complete surrender, not just partial surrender, not just conditional surrender, but full surrender. And that's a separate class. But we should follow in the footsteps of these great devotees like the Jagannath, the King of the Elephants, and Draupadi. So in closing, let me share one quick story about Lord Indra, because this class, part 2, was called Lord Indra's Crisis. It's actually despair, but I will rename it as Crisis. So Lord Indra, as you know, he's the chief of the UN. Okay? The UN that we have here in New York City is nothing compared to the UN in the Svargaloka. He has to look after 330 million planets, at least. 330 million demigods, devis, Koror, Devta, Malakya. That's Indra Dev, okay? So he's the chief of the UN, but he got himself into a real doo-doo, okay? He was almost in doo-doo. You might have heard that at the time of the Gordon Lila, he basically inundated Vrindavan with waters of destruction, universal destruction. But not a single leaf, not a blade of grass, and not a puddle of water was seen on Govardhan Hill or around Govardhan. Okay? Like that. That was the power of the left pinky nail of Lord Krishna. Indra came there after 7 days and 7 nights, and he was totally bewildered. What is happening? This little boy, whom he thought was just Krishna down in your neighborhood, like we know many Krishnas, I'm sure you all know Krishnas. There's probably 10 Krishnas right now in this temple. There's many Vishnus, many Radhas, many Sitas. But this is Lord Krishna. But Indra did not know that. So he went back. He said, what is happening? I am the king of the rain gods. And nothing is happening to this Govardhan hill. At that time, a Yaksha came, sent by Kamsa. This Yaksha, this devilish creature, came by Kamsa and says, I have been asked by Kamsa to talk to you. King Kamsa has sent your congratulations. Thank you so much. You are a man. You, Indra Dev, thank you so much because all along, Kamsa, our king, has tried to kill these Brajvasis. He's tried to kill these Brajvasis. But we have done it wholesale. We have gathered them under this big mountain, all together, all these Brajvasis, all the cows, the boyar, girls, boys, Mother Shoda, Radharani, Gopis, Balaram, everyone in one place and try to kill him. Indra Dev then his light turned on. Oh, what have I done? I have tried to kill not the Krishna down the neighborhood, but my master, Krishna. At that moment he had a realization. And he said, what have I done? He was so bewildered beyond that he decided to commit suicide. Okay? So the crisis of crisis, this is a person that handles crisis all day, in the universe. But he had the biggest crisis on his hand because he had offended Krishna and his pure devotees. How big an offense is that? That's bigger than Jai Madai or Subhash or Tumaroy. Their offense was nothing compared to what Indra Dev did. So Brahma said, okay, you must now beg forgiveness from Krishna. Go and beg forgiveness, Krishna. He tried with all the demigods, and Brahma was there. They basically begged forgiveness, they abhishek with the Surabhi cow, but Krishna was not forgiving. He's not forgiving. Okay? He just turned his head away and said, go. Just hit the highway, Joe. Just hit the highway. He was not happy with Indra. Not because he had offended him, but because he had offended his mother, father, sisters, brothers, everyone in Rajasthan. Okay? So what to do? All the demigods left after the Abhishek. Indra prayed to Surabhi. She said, Surabhi, you are a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Krishna loves you so much. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishna is, the Brahmanas and the cows are very pure to you, to Lord Krishna. So please save me. I have no other recourse. My Guru, he said that, you do not have to die because my name has been dishonored. As Arjuna says in chapter 2, dishonor is worse than death for Kshatriya. And that's where he got it from, because Indra is his father. He learned that from his father. Because for Indra to have dishonor as the king of the demigods is worse than death. He had to live with that. See, when he committed suicide, Viraswasana said, you're a nonsense case, you just leave here, I cannot help you. Go to Brahma. Brahma said, I cannot help you. So then he said, Surabhi, you're the only one. Please help me. Surabhi said, okay, there's only one recourse. I will take you to a place that you've never been before. That is in Navadvip Dham, and that's on an island, one of the 9 islands called Godrumadvip. On that island is a kunj called Surabhi Kunj. There's a big banyan tree, a very large banyan tree at that time. It was 15 kilometers at least long. She says, there we must go and we must call out to a form that you have never seen before. It is completely merciful. There's no bounds to the mercy. It is Krishna, but it's non-different. Krishna Varam, Krishna Krishna, Sangapanga Ashram, Prashadam. That form has a mood of Krishna, but a color of Krishna. That color of Krishna is black. This form is golden. So yes, let's go. So Indra Dev went to Surabhi. He went on the National Highway and landed at Godrumadvip under this kunj, Surabhi Kunj. Next time you go to Mayapur, please take darshan of Surabhi Kunj. They went there, and then Surabhi said, now I will invoke a mantra, and we will invoke it too, invoke both class, okay? So raise your hands in the air, and on the count of 3, take a deep breath, and say as loud as you can on top of your voice, Gauranga! 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 And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Indra Dev paid his full obeisances, and with his tears in his eyes, he did a second abhishek to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, Indra Dev, don't worry, all your offenses are completely cleared. Bear no grudge, I've forgiven you completely. And that's the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, because we recently had his wonderful darshans on Gaur Purnima. Therefore, the essence is that, summary is that Krishna's Maya Devi, Devi Esha Maya, Mama Maya Dharatya, is very powerful. This energy of Maya is very powerful. But always remember that Krishna, because he's the source of Maya, he's unlimited powerful. And if you surrender to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he will always deliver you. So in closing, I'd like to thank you for your kind attention. I've taken a little extra time. My apologies to the management and to the Prashadam crew. I also see Mother Subhadi Mataji. She's the one that closes the temple, my daughter Pranamski Mataji. Thank you. And we'll close with the chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Sorry, there's no time for Q&A, but we can do it later in Prashad.
Thank you, Jagannath Mr. Guru. Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Prabhu. It's always a challenge to condense a class within a short span of time. We appreciate Jagannath Mr. Prabhu for taking his time and efforts and being here with us this evening. Thank you once again so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. We have a couple of announcements before we can start with the Prashadam serve-out. We would like to thank a very special devotee from our community who recently accepted Diksha or initiation. We are happy to share that Salim Prabhu, who many of you might know, recently received. Oh, he's here, yes. He recently received Harinam Diksha, which is an important step in the spiritual journey of accepting a spiritual master, and this happened on the occasion of Gaur Purnima, March 14th, from Sri Maya Prodha. He's accepted initiation from His Holiness Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj. Much awaited, his new name is Sashi Bhushan Prabhu. For those of you who may know Prabhu, he has served in our community for quite some time now, and over 6 years. And the Toronto Temple Management would like to take this opportunity in thanking various services of Prabhuji over the years. He's been involved in helping with the kitchen sometimes. He speaks to a lot of newcomers, speaking about books on Srila Prabhupada, and a lot of outreach work that he's been doing remotely as well. So we're very happy that Prabhuji has taken this step, and we seek all your prayers and blessings for onward journey of Sashi Bhushan Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.